Hey guys, welcome to another episode. Last Friday, I didn't post my usual episodes. It would have been a week 7 recap. I started off last week doing a fast. It ended up going for 60 hours. So Tuesday, I didn't do the boxing class or sparring. All I did was treadmill. I did 5% grade at 3.5 miles per hour, and I just walked it 20-minute increments, and I did that 3 times for an hour total with a couple minute break in between. But it leads me to my next topic of fasting and what it does for you. The difference between long-term fasting and intermittent fasting is substantial. Intermittent fasting, most people try to do it because of the benefits like autophagy, which clears out your cells and stuff like that, and all the bad stuff. It helps reduce cancer and inflammation and all these other things. But most people don't fast long enough in the day to actually reach those benefits. Right here, I have it broke down, the time, what happens in the body, and the key benefits from 0 hours all the way up to 72 hours. Now, I only did a 60-hour fast, and that was good enough for me. The first one here, 0 to 12 hours, blood sugar drops, insulin levels fall, body uses glycogen stores for energy. So, glycogen is held in the muscles. So if you're a more muscular build, you're going to end up having more glycogen. So, this is just a rough guideline. 0 to 12 hours. 12 hours, you might not use up all your glycogen if you have more muscle. If you have less muscle, you might use up your glycogen stores before 12 hours. Stabilized blood sugar, lower insulin, early fat oxidation starts. Fat oxidation has another name. It's called lipolysis. Lipolysis happens when you consume lots of water. It uses H2O, it breaks it up, and then it sucks the fat out of the cell. The cell doesn't disappear. The cell just gets smaller. It's really, really hard to make fat cells disappear entirely. It's nearly impossible. 12 to 24 hours, glycogen stores deplete, fat breakdown increases, ketone production begins. Ketones are a byproduct of your fat burning. Your fat burns and molecules are taken from your fat cells to the liver, and the liver changes those molecules from your fat cells into ketones. Ketones is 20% more efficient than any other energy source that we burn. Fat burning increases, mild hunger waves, mental fog may begin as body shifts fuels, right? So you're going from mainly carbohydrate fuel source or glycogen to ketones. 24 to 36 hours, ketones become the primary fuel. Autophagy increases, HGH spikes, right? So right here, 24 to 36 hours, autophagy increases. Most people think that they're hitting autophagy between 0 to 12 hours and 12 to 24 hours. You may get into it here if you have less muscle. If you have more muscle, once again, this stage takes longer, and then it takes longer to get to this stage, and then autophagy doesn't happen until this stage if you have more muscle than the average individual. Key benefits: deep fat burning, enhanced brain function from ketones, HGH increases, and autophagy begins. Human growth hormone is a molecule that helps sustain your muscle while you're in a fasting state. It's so the body doesn't use muscle as the primary fuel source. It's different than a starvation, like a starvation mode. 36 to 48 hours, Insulin remains very low. Autophagy and cellular repair intensifies. Inflammation decreases. The benefits are maximum autophagy activity, reduced inflammation, cell repair begins, immune system rejuvenates. 48 to 60 hours, you end up having stem cell production begins, body shifts to high efficiency energy use, and mitochondrial cleanup. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It gives Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It gives your cells all the energy that they need to function. The cell can function off of glycogen, or at this point, it's functioning purely off of ketones. Immune system resets, cellular stress resistance increases, and deep detoxification occurs. At this point, 48 to 60 hours, that's typically when all the bad stuff in your body, like microplastics and all that come from those water bottles and BPHs and all that, that's when your body starts purging that stuff from your system. And finally, 60 to 72 hours, stem cell generation and immune regeneration peak. Body clears out damaged immune cells. The key benefits here: regeneration of immune cells, full body cellular cleanup, reduced cancer risk factors, high mental clarity, ketones at peak. During my 60-hour fast, if you refer to my last episode where I went over BMR and total daily energy expenditure, each 24 hours I was in roughly a 33 to 3,400 calorie deficit. 1, 2, almost 3 full days. So from a fat equivalent, that's roughly 2.5 pounds of fat alone. During this week, I ended up losing 12 pounds altogether. That includes inflammation, that includes fat, that includes water weight, because I did go to the treadmill, and also we went on a couple walks and a couple hikes. Keep in mind, during this entire process here, if you're going up to 72 hours, it is really important to drink a lot of water and mix it with electrolytes. That's what's going to keep your brain functioning. In recap, the biggest benefit to intermittent fasting isn't necessarily the benefits that I explained to you. The biggest benefit is that you're giving yourself a feeding window and you're eating a smaller amount of food within that feeding window. But at the same point, it's important to reach those macro goals that you have. That's all I have on intermittent fasting and long-term fasting. If you like the content, if you got any questions, leave a comment. And if you could, like, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in my corner.